in the period 2, when you are running the payroll, the retro amount, say we change it for a 100, and we are displaying the difference amount what is there from the previous period. It can be a plus amount or it can be a minus amount basing on the master data change what we have done. Let us say we have several waste steps like that, and uh, client is telling the retro should not happen. Once paid was paid. If that is the case, it cannot be the basic salary, but it can be any other waste step. So we'll take an example. As of now, we have one waste step over here. So how to stop this 100 rupees from retro? If you think whatever rules we have written yesterday, if you stop that rules, what it will do? It will what is the schema we have given? ZINT. Right? If you look over here, we have inserted a subschema for retro yesterday, and we have created a rule Z041 and 42 to especially to generate the arrear amount for this particular waste type. So in this we have a basic salary. But if you see, if you are commenting these rules, even then, if you remember, we have the 3 rules which we have written, we have commented. So even then, what it will happen by SAP standard PCRs, it will generate the difference overall basing on slash 560. That is the net pay, right? That also we discussed yesterday. So now the client telling that if this is the particular waste step, say 0100 in our case, whatever the difference, it should come like this itself in the basic salary. Okay, we commented the total base PCR. If you remember, we have copied the standard one, X041, if it is the original one. So what this will do, if you comment this, then also the arrear won't generate, but it won't generate for any of the waste steps. So let us say client requires that only for the basic salary the arrear should not happen in our case, or only for the particular waste step. So then what you will do, you won't comment this, right? Instead you comment this and the standard will be like that. So whatever the ZPCRs we have written, it will be like that, and the standard will be the standard. So by SAP standard PCRs, you will get a difference of that 100 rupees in your what you say, the net, that is the take home salary. So now client requires if this is the particular waste step, the retro should not be happen. Whatever paid to the employee is paid, or it can be a deduction. Many times it will come for some social contributions and all this stuff. Let us say if you deducted a social contribution to a person, that should not trigger retro again. So client will take care how to do that with a different waste step, or how to recover that. You got it, everybody, what we are going to work to stop the retro. for a particular waste type. So let us say we have, see, if you understand the process, how the thing was, how the retro was calculating within the payroll and what we can do. So the difference is getting formed from the retro period, right? The first thing. If you remember the retro PCR, if it is not the original, if it is the retro, then we have all these concepts, right? If it is getting the old RT, what exactly it is there, and old RT consists of if you go to the old RT input, this is the ORT table. If this is the old RT, the basic consists of you know uh, 1 lakh 100, and if you go to the present RT, and this was storing in a difference table, then it is going here and it is getting the present IT table, right? What is the present IT? I think we are getting the uh, total net pay over here. We are checking the total difference over here. So it will be 1 lakh. So there is a difference which was storing in the DT table of 100 rupees, right? So that we have to stop. So there are few things. Let us say the IT, whatever the present IT, if you can restore with the for the particular waste type with the value which was stored in old RT, then there won't be any difference for the particular waste type. So here if you see the ORT for slash 560, this is 1100. This is his total net pay in the old RT, what he got actually. Okay, so here if you see in the present IT, it will be a deferred one. It is only 1 lakh. So what we can do is we can write a PCR or a logic within the place where exactly the IT was forming for the particular waste type. So there can be differences due to the factoring for the particular waste type. If you remember the factoring concept, there can be a difference within the factoring PCR, and XVAL will reduce the salary for the employee, or it can be increase the salary. Let us say in the previous months, if they have put some absences, and in the current month if they deleted the absences, so the salary can be increased or can be decreased basing on XVAL. So here you will be getting the actual present IT or here, right? This is the actual one after doing all the changes. So what we will do is after this, we will put some of the rules to replace the present IT with the old RT, so that you will be getting no difference and the retro will not happen for the single waste type. So we are not going to stop for all waste types, but for single waste type. So let us say if you go, to the standard role, sorry, to the main schema, you have the factoring PCR XAL9, which I am going to copy to 6AL9. So that 6AL9 I will insert here first. Right. So the copied subschema is activated over here. So from here, I want to build, uh, separate logic after this, right? So there is you can see if and if logic. So I am not putting any of the rules before this and if. So from here, I am going to build a logic. So first, as we discussed, I should get the old RT. What is the value stored in the waste step called 0100, which I want to uh, replace the amount with the existing one. So what I have to do, I will start a loop because there can be a number of results. So I am giving loop RC as I explained yesterday. If you are calling old RT, you have to go through the loop begin and loop end. The first thing. So whatever you will write in between the loop begin and the loop end. Right. Before that, what I will do before the loop begin, I will write a PCR to make the 010 waste type as 0, or we will replace. We'll come to that point. So here, if I want to get the old RT within our schema, so loop RC I am using, and then I am using the import function with O. So now after this line, I will get the actual old RT, whatever is there between these three lines. And if I insert a PORT function here with a PCR Z, so let us say RTO I am putting as to capture the retro, whatever it is. So in this PCR, if you are writing something on a waste step which is stored in ORT, it will be read in this PCR. So here I didn't retain any PCR as of now, but within the schema first, if you want, see, whenever you are writing a PCR, you will write comparing with some values as input. So here the input should be the old RT, means that is the actual RT of that, means actual RT means actual RT what employee got for that particular period. So that is the old RT we are calling here using all these three functions. So loop begin, end, and import O will give the old RT as input or here. So then you can use PORT and you can write PCR accordingly. So I am going to write a PCR, that is ZRTO, basing on his old articles. We will create this. Just hold on 1 minute, I will be back. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is uh, creating this PCR. Right, for international. I'm using a operation called waste type. So I will check only the general waste type. See, here we have taken an example of basic salary, but basic salary for any of the country, it will be a, it will generate the area, but you can take the same example for any of the waste type, which client don't requires the retro one. It should not affect his net home, sorry, take home salary. So if any of the waste types, I don't want to add the things to any of the thing because I am running this rule with old RT. Okay. So here if you see for the base salary, uh, if it is the old RT, it consists of the actual amount which he got. So the same thing I am going to add to IT table, or you can put space, even it will go to the IT table to 0100, right? Because we are calling it from this PCR, we are calling from ORT. I am going to push to the actual IT, whatever the waste type amount is there. So whatever the amount the old RT consists, it will go and store here. So before that, this waste type amount, we should make it as 0, then only it will add. If not, it will become double. right? For these waste step, the rule will stop because I used a waste step compare operation. There won't be any error, right? This rule, I think we inserted over here. So if I check the rule now, it will be fine. The same rule what we have written. The only logic we have to understand how we call the old RT to do something, right? So before this, let us see what will happen if you run the payroll without writing a nullifying rule. Let's see what was it. So here I have given loop RC and you will get the actual ORT over here with 1,100,000 and I am telling for this if okay it was not read actually read because of the the parameters what I have specified. So it should be general for all waste types and general for all employee subgroup. And moreover, I think we have to put the if you know off say sorry not off cycle if it is original run or not also we have to check. Factoring. See what it is doing, it is adding the amount to 0 100 again. So if you see the IT table, it's not in ORT will be the same. We are not going to adjust the ORT value, only we are going to adjust the IT value. So if you see somewhere after this the IT table, so your amount is getting doubled, right? That 1 lakh plus 1 lakh 100. So it is becoming 2 lakh 100. And moreover, if you see in the current period, maybe there will be a I think it's fine because there is no old RT for this particular period, right? So now what we have to do is we have to write a PCR to uh, you know erase the value of the value which was stored in uh, actual PIT table. That is the current value we have to erase. We have to make it as 0. This PCR will call with function called PIT. So IT will be available over there with the relevant waste type. So the same process I will do, but here I will check 0100, if 0100 is the waste type, I will do nothing. And if any other waste types, I will tell EDDWT star. So what this rule will do is, if that is 0100, right, it won't even add to the IT table again. So it will erase the things. Let us see what it will do and where to insert this PCR. Right. So here is our loop begin. So before the value which we are evaluating, so I will insert with PIT function with ZR1 the same parameters. Right. Let us see what will happen in the payroll log. And it should happen if it is, you know, if it is a, if it is not a, regular run, means if it is a retro run, then only this rule should work, right? So if it is original run, I am not inserting any lines. Else stands for if it is not original run, then this PCR will read, right, to making the 0100 waste step as 0. Then I am putting end if. So only for the single PCR, what we have used, if, else, and end if. So if original, there is no lines between if and else, so nothing will do if it is the original. If it is not the original run, then every month it will make your salary as 0, and here it will get the actual uh, what you say, whatever the wage type he received, it will replace the things. So let us see first how it is working, what we have written. So within the factoring, so if O, there is no lines between, so it went to else because it's a retro run for the period 1. So it went to retro run, sorry, the else one, and our PCR was reading over here. If you see the IT, we have a waste type with 1 lakh, which is the changed one in the next period. So the same rule should run for have I given the wrong waste type? So actually we have to sorry. So the waste type which we are writing, should not write like this. So we have to compare the waste type, then only we can eliminate the waste type. So as we write the previous PCR, the same process we have to write. So we have to compare the wage type. If there is any different wage type, right, star, then if it is 0 100, we are not passing to any of the wage type. So I'm rerunning the payroll. So input we have 1 lakh, and the process should be the wage type what we compared here, and there is no further logic we have written over here. So in the output, the amount of 0 100 won't be available if it is retro. And if you go further to our next logic which we have written, the loop was begin, then we call the old RT or here. So which in the old RT we have 1 lakh 100 apart from the value what we have in the current basic pay master data. So then we have written the rule basing on this old RT table, and we are telling this wage type should be added, the whatever the amount should be added to the basic salary wage type. If you see the output, the wage type amount was changed to 1 lakh 100 instead of 1 lakh. So now what happened, even if you go further where it was adding to the gross. So if you see the gross amount, it will be 1 lakh 100 because we are not considering this particular wage type for retro accounting. So if you go to retro again for the same process, so what it will do now, uh, as we discussed yesterday, the same thing in the retro subschema. So what it is doing, PORT function, it is calling the ORT. In the ORT, 560 is 0 100, and it is processing to the difference table 1 lakh 100 as with minus symbol, and X013 for 560 it is adding to 551 again with plus symbol. So obviously the difference will become 0. So for this purpose, initially itself we are calling the ORT, what is the value stored for the particular wage type, and we are replacing the ORT value IT value with ORT, so that there won't be any retro difference for the particular wage type. Okay, if you are not at all required with retro completely, you can comment this, but many times you will have such scenario. There are few wage types where they should not go for retro. So then you can use this kind of functionality. So if you see the form, so everything will be the same. So whatever paid for the employee, even if you change the master data or if you enter some absences, it will impact the wage types which should impact. It won't impact the wage type which you really require. As of now, we have the only one basic salary. So I have done for this. You create your own wage types for a social contribution. Even if it is a deduction or a payment, there is no difference on that. So accordingly, it will work. So I will open the schema. Right, this is the one which we enhanced, right, from here to here. So now you can ask the questions what you people understood.
Krishna Srinivas here.
Yes, Srinivas.
Krishna, why there is a requirement for a particular wage type not to get into retroactive? Usually every wage type should be as it is accountable. So everything should be retro. Why? Because there would be certain scenarios where a payment that affects for all the wage types. Suppose if I change one particular wage type, it impacts the others. So there should be a retro. But in this scenario, what you have said, the basic, maybe any wage type, if at all, there should be certain wage type that has to be impacted from a particular fixed date. I mean to say that past dated. So there
Yes,
is an increment or any such kind of thing. So in that scenario, every wage type should be included in that particular things. Yes.
yes, you are correct. Actually, what you said is, but unfortunately, what will happen in few of the scenarios, say, uh, if you had about India payroll,
Especially, yeah,
yes, Srinivas.
I mean to say the same thing. Indian scenario, it does not exist, I think. Why? Because Indian scenarios, as to my knowledge, everything should be accountable. So everything should be into retroactive, where IN
I'm
42,
telling the
IN
same
40.
scenario for India itself. Don't worry,
Okay, okay,
right?
okay, Chris.
So if you are going for pre-tax, right? So every time if there is a
Yeah,
difference of pre-tax, you will get a arrear, right? For pre-tax.
yes,
Generally,
yes,
that's the standard functionality. If you go for the same pre-tax for Ahmedabad,
yes.
so they are telling they won't revert the things what you paid to pre-tax department.
Okay,
Say let us say NPS, National Pension Scheme,
yes,
that is the latest one. Everybody heard if you people are working on Indian payroll, so they won't revert you back. Let us say today you got the salary, you enjoyed the salary, that's great. Then then client got to know that you are not at all on work, and those payments are based on your base salary, which will be reduced later because of the absences. So client wants to stop that. Got my point?
there is a break. There is a breakage in your voice, Krishna. Certain words have been
No,
missing.
what I am telling is there are many circumstances client will lose that. But
Yes.
if those are the statutory things for the countries already there, in the SAP, like US, UK, and whatever the countries, the payroll you have in SAP. SAP is releasing, different concepts and different, SAP notes for that to adjust those things. Okay, one and
Okay.
when I worked on the scenario when the NPS was released newly, I think it's in 2012, National Pension Scheme.
Okay.
So nothing was released by SAP at the time. So the retro was happening, and NPS department, NPS is telling we won't revert the amount, and SAP is reverting the amount. So where to post the GL? Where to adjust that
Oh,
amount?
oh, okay, okay, okay.
Right. So then after that we have something else through SAP note. Now everything is fine without this logic. But if you are working on international payroll and client wants, this is a such kind of, that is what from the initial stage I am telling, if it is a social if you donated something to somebody, can you expect that will come back to the
Okay.
company? No, right? So
No, no,
those are the
Krishna.
scenarios. Those are the scenarios I am telling, and client will handle those things in a different manner.
You mean to say that certain things which does not require any retro kind of thing, that should be exempted from these particular
Does not
schema
requirement, it
to
should not require, means it should not happen the retro, because we are not going to get the reversible amount from those things. Whatever paid is paid. We won't get back.
okay.
If that is the case, how
Okay.
to stop? It is not like blindly, commenting the retro schema, or it is, we should not do that, because we want to stop a single waste type.
Only to
Yeah.
exempt those particular waste stuff, we are writing this logic.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, Krishna. I got it.
And moreover, if you are, clear with this logic, the same thing will happen in all retro concept things also, whatever we inserted. So you can even you can understand what retro will happen every time. Yes, Shweta.
Yeah, hi Krishna.
Yeah.
Krishna, are we done with retro in today's class, or do you have further scenarios?
No, not really. If you have anything else.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
Actually, this I faced, but I couldn't resolve it. Um, this is like when I'm terminating an employee, whereas
Mm-hmm.
earning is more, whereas deduction is more than earning,
Mm-hmm.
and I've terminated, so that
Mm-hmm.
excess amount is considered as bad debt by the company, and uh, that's all. I'm terminating him, and the
Yes.
employee will not get paid anything.
Yes.
Uh, but after 2 months, I'm rehiring him. That amount that is going for retro,
Mm.
I mean, with the same employee number, I'm rehiring that employee, but that whatever that excess amount is there, that I'm
Mm.
unable to eliminate, it's going for retro and bringing forward that amount.
Obviously, right? It will.
So
See, we
how do
have
you
we
resolve that?
have slash 556.
Yeah.
See, within the same PCR, if you go further within the retro, if whenever there is a less earnings, so you will get the claim amount to recover from the employee. That is the payments which can't be recovered from the employee,
Yes.
right? So that will revert the amount, right? So the same thing you have to do if you want to eliminate the whatever the logic I have written, but make sure those are the standard processes which
See, it is disturbing all
SAP had given.
postings and all. It is disturbing, so we couldn't do anything. But slash
If you see
five
from
five six three.
where it will come is the same PCRs what we have discussed,
Okay. Yeah, X042,
right?
X043. Yeah.
What it will do, it will generate the difference. Okay, there is a slash 553. If
Yes.
I am not wrong, 553 and
Yes, yes. 5 and 3. Yes,
uh,
claims. Yes.
553, the claim amount will be generated if there is a negative amount,
Yes.
right? So you
But
have
if
to
I
take care
stop
of this
this,
waste if you really don't require it.
no, we require in general cases. Only in this case we have to stop. So,
When there is a rehire case.
yes, yes. See, if I stop this, what happens is in normal case where
For normal
deduction
cases
is
also it
more
will
than
stop.
earning, yeah, next month it will stop. But for regular normal employee, we have to recover that. It's working
Mm.
fine. Only for rehire cases, I'm unable to do anything.
So if when you are doing a rehire, why it should not recover from the employee?
No, that is considered as, there are so many reasons where the company is told, okay, we'll consider that as bad debt, and while terminating, they're not recovering from employee.
Here generally we have done few of the adjustments for this, payments which cannot be recovered from the employee. So there, what you can do is, you can create a waste type
Hmm.
with the amount
Okay.
for the rehire cases. It's not a, SAP standard example I am telling to you. So I am
Okay.
giving a normal solution. Okay. So you can create a waste type
Hmm.
for the employees who
Hmm.
were rehired with a, claim amount.
Okay. I
So
mean,
there,
to nullify
claim amount,
positive and negative, we have to add manually
yes,
14 or 15,
whatever it
right?
is. That is
Yeah, yeah.
the better
This is the
solution. Even I,
solution. Yeah, we used, but I just wanted to know if there is anything else in retro we
okay.
can do.
But still, as per standard, if you are telling there can be a number of reasons. Let us
Hmm.
say I was, uh, I should recover means I left the company,
Hmm.
so I have to pay to the company reverse 1,000,
Okay.
say. So again I rejoined the company. So after joining the company also still the 1,000 is there. So I have to pay to the company still. So that's what SAP system will behave. If
Yeah, yeah. That is
client
what
won't,
standard documentation is saying. But one more issue what I'm facing when I'm passing a positive value when I'm rehiring to nullify that amount slash 553, it is causing an issue in posting. That GL, sorry, that it's not tallying.
see, you have to consider, I think you are considering only slash 553. There are two things, right? The other way step I am not able to recover, which is in retro. So within the retro, you have one way step. Within the original, you have one way step.
Okay, okay, okay.
553 and
I think
551.
552, I think. Even I don't remember.
I was, because these things will come every time. 53. No, even I think the way step itself we are getting wrong. So it's a claim. See, claims from the previous period, claims brought forward. If you check for that particular
Yes,
employee,
yes,
in the
yes.
RT you can check both the wage steps. In the retro, there is a wage step which will be getting brought forward.
Rakesh is
So
saying it's
this,
slash 561.
yes, maybe 561 and 563.
Yes, yes,
Thanks, Rakesh.
561.
The same thing. So these are the two wage steps you have to match. If you are, pushing the same thing in the posting also, the post will happen for retro periods also, right? So
Yes.
that is the reason the balance won't get tallied at that time.
So again, we have to pass a manual JV to adjust in posting. So
No, no, no.
that was
Within this itself, you have to adjust. Within the payroll results itself, you have to adjust. It's not like a manual JV.
okay.
You have to check. See, if you are, reverting this amount, you have to adjust this amount also as well, right? Both the wage steps you have to take care. Then
Mm-hmm.
definitely the posting will happen because we done the same thing in many of the scenarios. So it should happen.
So we have to create two separate wage types to nullify this, is it? For this scenario, or
Mm,
one will do.
I'm not telling we have to create two, but still, in the retro, what is the difference? In the current, what is the difference? The same thing will post, right? Retro, you are posting this as well as this also
Mm.
in retro on the original. So we have to check once actually within the log what was happening within the posting. Posting also you can
Okay.
see how many periods it was posting. Accordingly, you have to adjust.
Okay.
But I think you have to check with the log in the payroll, what are the things are generating in posting, what are the waste steps are generating, how much amount you are getting deferred.
Okay. Okay, Krishna. Thank you.
So anything else from anyone? Okay, then that's all for the day. What we discussed. So the important things what we have to understand from the class is how retro was generally happening. What is the loop begin? What is the import function? What is the function of PORT? What it will generate as input, and what we can write in the PCRs, whatever the requirement is there. Then I said if it is a off cycle or original, how we can use. If off cycle, if it is original, else how we can use. So these are the tools we learned. So basing on the requirement, we have to use these things to cope up the client requirement. So that's all for the day. We'll catch up tomorrow 8:30.
What's the topic, Krishna, for tomorrow?
That's what actually I'm about to open. So we'll go for general, tax part. It's not a real time thing because we are working on international tax part. So we'll go first for a simple scenario. Let us say if his gross is this much, lies in between these two values, this much of percentage of tax should be calculated. So I think it's already you people understood how to write the PCRs, checking with the gross and all this stuff. So apart from that, we will take few of the exemptions basing on the processing classes. We will create a processing class where we will create a rule on that, and we will calculate the base amount to get the tax exemption. Okay, so these things I'm going to explain you how to write PCRs and all this stuff related to different waste types and all this all the part. So apart from that, what we will do is the custom tax exemptions. I will explain you how to create a custom function. Okay, so I think that will be the more useful thing. If something we can't write within the PCRs, uh, this is the one. In this, I will tell you how to create a payroll function, which is out of scope. So what it will do is, if you are working with any of the different concept, I will show you the process. I am not going to explain the complete ABAP code to you people, but no ABAPer will know how to create a function. Means many of the ABAPers who didn't really work in depth with payroll HR. Many of the ABAPers work with HR, but not with uh, payroll and time management. So you have to explain those things. You should know how to create a function, and then you have to explain the things, how to create a function, what to do, where to we have to write the code, and what it will do. So this concept is the typical one if you are going to payroll part and time part. Because in the payroll, if you go for any country, there is no big PCRs written to calculate the tax. There is a function for every country to calculate the tax. So if you are aware of the function, what really it will do, then you can debug any of the function given by SAP for different countries. Accordingly, you can maintain your configuration tables, or you can fix the issues. right? So before that, we'll have few of the PCRs writing to calculate the tax related things through PCRs without writing a function. Then we will go to a function, how to create a function, right? So tomorrow we will go to create few of the PCRs basing on his say gross salary with few of the examples. Right? Clear, I think. So see you guys tomorrow 8:30 we will meet with the same topic.
Okay, thank you.